Today, I want to talk about a question. The question is, should I get credit monitoring? So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Credit monitoring is something that I would recommend every single person get it. Whether you have bad credit or you have good credit, you should have some form of credit monitoring. Obviously, with regards to it, there's a way where you can get credit monitoring for free. Obviously, in the free sector, the free section, when you do it that way, you get what you pay for. It doesn't have as many perks and so forth with regards to a paid subscription for credit monitoring, but it's better than nothing. But if you can afford it, which I would say a lot of people can, if you look over your finances, you go over your budget, I think it's something that you can do. Credit monitoring can range anywhere from $15 a month to about $25 a month, depending on what company you go with. But I'm going to give you some reasons why I think it's important you should have credit monitoring. One of the reasons why I think you should have credit monitoring is it keeps you updated on what's happening on your credit report. When you look at the credit monitoring, and let's say you apply for a new credit card, it shows there that you actually applied for a new credit card. It gives you information with regards to what's important on your credit report. A lot of those credit monitoring services will actually say, hey, if you pay down this amount, this is what will happen to your FICO score. Your FICO score will go up. If you charge this amount on your card, then this will happen to your FICO score. It gives you scenarios and so forth with regards to what can happen and what cannot happen. And it just obviously keeps you updated on what is happening. Another reason why is it makes it easier for you to dispute information and items on your credit report. If you have a monitoring credit report, whether it's paid or not paid, a lot of times you can dispute inaccuracies right then and there, right? You don't have to actually get a letter and send a certified letter and wait for a response and all of those types of things. You can actually dispute the stuff early. When I first cleaned up my credit back in like 2007 or 8, I remember at that time span, maybe it was a little earlier, 2006. I remember at that time span, I didn't really have anything established. I had a few medical bills, and then I think I had like an SDG&E bill that wasn't mine, and some old phone bill that wasn't mine. But nevertheless, I had credit monitoring. I actually had a free credit monitoring through Credit Karma, and I disputed all those items. And when it came back, all those items fell off of my credit report. So instead of having to pay money out of pocket to send certified letters to the credit bureaus, which is a thorough way to obviously dispute stuff on your credit report, I just clicked those buttons, and 45 days later, the stuff fell off. The only problem lies in, obviously, if they update it as a verified account, then the letters make it a lot better. But just the initial disputing process becomes very easy because it's online. So it's done online. You know, you're not waiting for mail. You're not doing all those types of things. It makes it easier in that aspect. And then the last final reason why I believe having a credit monitoring service is very, very vital for you is it helps with identity theft, right? So if you have a credit monitoring and it's free, typically if a new credit card was added to your credit card account, you would obviously have to wait. When it's free, you have to wait 30 days before it's actually reported on your credit report. Sometimes with credit cards, they'll wait 30, 60 days, sometimes, 2 months before they actually report what's going on with your credit report, sometimes 90 days. But if you have the free credit reporting information with regards to that and it comes up, I know through Credit Karma, because I have them, they'll automatically send me something stating, hey, did you open this card up? It has it. Now, if the card is maxed out, and you didn't open it up and it took 3 months for it to actually be reported on your credit report, hey, it's going to show that as a derogatory situation, but at least you catch it. Because if you didn't have any credit monitoring, what ends up happening, which is majority of Americans, you go to apply for a car, you go to apply for some credit card, and you get declined, and then you realize your FICO score is way lower than what you assumed it was, and it's because of identity theft. Now, on the paid side, there's subscriptions out there where if someone applies for credit with your first, last name, and your social security number, an alert will hit you. And if you have the app on your phone, then automatically it'll say, hey, Capital One is showing that someone applied for a Capital One credit card, today. Was that you? And if so, then you just say yes. And if it wasn't you, then you can stop it right then and there. And that stops identity theft. I can't tell you how many clients I've had who've come to me off of identity theft. And a lot of times you can tell identity theft because it'll be a bunch of charge accounts or credit cards or whatever the circumstance is, and there won't be any payments. There'll be no payment history. The card will have a $3,000 limit. That card will be charged within that first month, and then there's no payments paid or anything done with regards to that. But having a credit monitoring service that you pay for can stop it from actually happening. Having one that you get for free can actually alert you, but understand it may be some time before you're alerted, but at least you're alerted. And not having credit monitoring at all, you'll never know until you go apply for credit or you go get something. Credit monitoring is so important. I think it's almost like a daily report card with regards to everything that's happening on your credit report. It keeps you sane and it keeps everything going with regards to your credit report in general, right? If something happens, something goes wrong, you apply for something. It even helps before applying with pre-screening. A lot of these things, obviously, they're selling you stuff. But, through Credit Karma or whatnot, they'll say, hey, we have these personal loans or we have these credit cards. And the chances of you getting approved for them is very good or excellent. And, you apply for the credit card, and majority of the time, at least 90% of the time, you may get approved for it. Or you can figure that out beforehand instead of wasting an inquiry knowing that you're not going to get approved for nothing, right? If you didn't have monitoring and you get some ad and it says apply for this Capital One credit card, they send it to everyone because chances are they may find some people who may have good enough credit to get approved for it. But if you don't know what your credit's like, you're going on there anticipating and not even knowing and having an idea of whether you're going to get approved or not. Having credit monitoring will give you an idea of whether you'll get approved or not for whatever it is that you're applying for, because you have an idea of what your FICO score is, what your credit score, what's on your credit report, and the possibility of you getting approved for credit or not getting approved. So I recommend every single person you get it. If you have to get it free, you could go through Credit Karma, right? Credit Karma will give you TransUnion and Equifax, and obviously it's a vintage score, but it's still credit report, and you'll get that through them for free. Then you can sign up through freecreditreport.com, which is ran by Experian, and you can just apply just for the Experian one. They give you that one for free as well. So you'll get all three credit bureaus. One's a FICO score, the other two's a vintage score, but at least you have some type of credit monitoring. And once you get your money better, then you can pay for a paid subscription of one, so that way it can even help you and protect you even more with regards to identity theft and anything happening on your credit report, pre-screening and all of that type of stuff. So get it, free or paid. I recommend that you get it. Now, if you have any questions about debt or credit, put it down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as always, you be great.